Hey everyone! Hello! It says I'm live uh, in the group, I hope. Am I? Yep, I'm in the group. Wonderful. Yeah, and it's members of the group who can see me because this morning, the first time I went on just now beforehand on my personal profile, I was like, nobody is awake, nobody is seeing that I'm live, that's weird kind of thing, until I realized it was set for some reason to only me. Of course nobody else saw it. Nobody else is me, I'm unique, yeah. So anyway, I stopped that. I started all over again public. So there's a lovely video on German culture tradition and some musings about the year 2020 and family love and all the good stuff. You can see that on my personal page. I will also download that later, put it on YouTube. So don't forget to follow me on my YouTube account, which is, let me just add that to the comments. If I get 5 more, I think it's 5 more subscribers. Yes, yeah. I need 5 more subscribers, and then I can actually make a really nice URL for my YouTube channel, which is going to be Tirza Schaefer then, and not okay. So subscribe. It'll be easier for all of us. Anyway, I'm here now to talk to you about having well, I've not been on and done a weekly reading for the last couple of weeks because, quite frankly, I totally did not feel it. That's a God's honest truth. I wasn't happy with. Hi everyone. Oh, now I can see. Wonderful. Now I can see the. Yeah. Hi, Danny. So nice to see you. Good morning. Red suits me. Thank you. I know it does. Yeah. And I was wearing a Santa hat on the other one. Oh, let me put it on again so you can see it. Hang on. Yeah. There. Okay. There. I can put down. But yeah, sitting indoors with a hat on it, I've worn that for 45 minutes now. Anyway, there you go, that was that. You have to go on my personal page to see that. Profile, I mean. A page is something different to a profile, of course. Yeah, and groups are different to that. Anyway, I haven't done a weekly reading in like 2 weeks or even 3, I'm not sure. Anyway, I totally didn't feel it, and that's something you can't force, isn't it? So people in this group are usually spiritually aware, so I don't need to tell you we're going through lots of shifts, energies, going crazy and whatever. Lots of things are happening on that level. So I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't like I was too lazy to do it, but I really wasn't feeling it. And, there's no point in me trying to force myself. That wouldn't constitute a proper reading then either. So I just left it, and I thought I'd just do like for December one now, because today I'm feeling it. Yeah. Now I'm going to do it a bit special, so you've got some guidance for the rest of the year. And I'm actually going to do this not just for December, but because watching the astrologers, the Paleo report in particular, on YouTube, which is, well, you can find that yourself. Just put in the Paleo report with Kaipacha, and he does brilliant readings and explanations and all that, which is understandable for lay people who are not into astrology. So it's great fun to watch that. He's great fun as well, and very deep and insightful at the same time. So best of both worlds. Anyway, so he said it's only really going to be over on the 14th of January because that's when we have a new moon, and that kind of really closes the whole 2020 crazy cycle. And then something else new can begin, whatever that is. Let's hope it's going to be more peaceful and easier flow and all that. But anyway, I think it will be. Nothing can be as bad as this year, can it? But we've had great opportunities as well. I've talked about this in my life just before on my personal profile, so I won't go so much into that here now. I've mentioned that before as well. You know, everything has a silver lining, everything has a positive thing, you know, and a great opportunity when you look at it, when you look for it, find it, and use it, and, you know, grab it by the balls. So anyway, that is exactly, yes. So I thought I'm going to do this reading until then, and you know, kind of going to the middle of January, so we can see how that develops, and that also, you know, leaves me free no matter how I feel that you are going to have some guidance from me. But I you know, I don't feel like the need to have to go on, or like feel bad about not going on when things are happening in my personal, you know, life, with my psyche, you know, my own energy system and all that, so that, you know, I don't feel I'm able to do that at the time. Yeah, so we are going to start with, have a look at that. Yeah, Goddess Oracle. You know me and my goddesses, I love our goddesses, yay. So going to choose one for the time period that's still left over of December, and then, you know, going into from today is Nikolaus in Germany, so 6th of December, going until rough new moon in January. And we have Seshat, which is an Egyptian goddess. Let me just put that in here, just very quickly. Hang on, just need to move that out of the way for a minute. Like this, okay, because then I can copy and paste you the link as well, because, you know, obviously I've written about this wonderful goddess. You can, you know, look all that up in your own time. There you go. And yeah, so she's a goddess of knowledge, wisdom, and sciences, the divine architect, you know, like cosmic order, sacred geometry, all of that. She's like the female version of Thoth, the ibis pedagogue, you know, god. So there's, I mean, she's wonderful, and there's so much to learn about. So Seshat is all about getting things back into order, really, you know, like that. There's and to also, it tells us there's a divine plan behind all this. You know, things are happening, but there's a greater good that we might not see yet. Okay, so that is really what. But please do read, you know. Up on Seshat on that link, you know, I'm going to put that on the YouTube version as well in the info box. All that will be in there, so you know, you can just go there, click on it, and read up. It's a quick read, but it will give you a lot of insight additionally to that as well. I'm just kind of skimming the surface here, so that's what we're doing. And sorry, I'm just clicking around here, but there is, okay, somebody wanted to join, and I'm thinking they probably want to watch the hi, good morning, Pushpa and Rebecca. Right, okay, so everybody is here who's supposed to be here. Okay, oh my god, there's still more. Sorry about that, Danny. It's like, you know, it's crazy how that technology is at the time. Is going crazy. So yeah, all of a sudden I see more of your comments. I'm so grateful for this year. It truly has been a gift for me. Absolutely. I've spoken about it as well. It's been the same for me also. Notwithstanding all the challenges, but there has been so much good as well. And I feel really, really blessed because I know how much other people have suffered. You know, not knowing how to feed their families anymore, losing their jobs, their income, livelihoods, whatever, you know, and things like that, and not having like the kind of living conditions that we do. And you know, I mean, we're not rich by any stretch of the imagination, but at least we've got a nice home and it's a quiet area. We have access to a garden, and you know, so and we're not like on top of each other on very little space. So that is like, you know, you can close the door and say, I don't want to see anybody right now. I just want to potter about and do my own thing, and that's okay, cool, you know. So not everybody has that luxury. I'm well aware of that, and I'm very grateful. So I'm not trying to diminish anybody else's hardships or anything. I'm just saying that you can find opportunities of growth, of joy, of love, and all that. But I know circumstances are sometimes a lot more adverse, and it's more difficult to see the silver lining, you know. So anyway, it's going to be on my YouTube channel later. There's the link. Subscribe. And so you're going to have lots of different things on there. There's going to be like videos on there as well when I'm live in other groups and that kind of thing, you know. So if you don't want to miss out on all that, feel free and you know, subscribe and like the videos that you watch. That'd be nice as well to have some feedback, comment, you know, be cool with that. So anyway, we're going to go on with our reading now. We had Seshat, so it's all about bringing order back, you know. It's like things, we had all this chaos, now order is coming back. There's a divine plan behind everything. Look into that, okay? Look for, or trust in that at least. If you can't see it, trust that there is a plan behind that, or like there is something happening on a global scale. We're going to have a new kind of order which is in alignment with divine principles rather than human interests, okay? So that is going to make a big difference. Oh, one fell out. Wadjet. The Cobra got it. Also an Egyptian one. So you can, if you know, if you feel like that speaks to you right now, that what I'm saying, I'll just put the link for Wadjet in as well, so you can have a look at that. I'm not going into that. That's like really all about healing, magic, manifestation, earthiness, groundedness, that kind of thing, you know. So if you want to read up on that one, she's very powerful magic. Cobra magic is and Cobra energy is very, very intense, very strong, very powerful. Any kind of, you know, if it's Wadjet in the Hindu Manasa, or you know, Meret's Egger, she's also Egyptian, you know, that it's always powerful anyway. So you might also want to look up Cobra as that, as a power animal. So that'll give you a bit more insight as well into, you know, if you feel called to do that, for those of you who kind of pick up on that and go like, oh, I want to know, you know, if you have that inner urge suddenly thinking, oh, she mentioned that, I'm going to look at it, there are the links, have a look. And you know, and those of you who feel like it's not for me right now, as always, take what speaks to you and leave the rest. This is, first of all, it's a general reading, and second of all, you are your own highest authority. Don't forget that. You are autonomous. you have an inner voice, inner wisdom. You can, you have the ability to connect to the, you know, great unconscious, like what Jung called the animus. And so that is, you know, you can tap into things anytime. You have that power in you, within you. So sometimes, of course, the ego gets in the way, so then it might be inspirational to, you know, see to an outside source and see, you know, do I get some inspiration from that? But if it doesn't resonate, don't question yourself. Follow your own inner voice that leads you, you know, whatever is meant for you, you will feel that, okay? So that was the goddess to start off with. Now I'm going to do like I do with a weekly reading, but I'm going to do 3 cards now for this whole time period, okay? So until the new moon in January. Right, those are 2 that are falling off. And a 3rd one. There we go. So, well, did we not just talk about medicine and healing energy? Anyway, let's start with this one. Night. Be brave and honest. There you go. Right, I have to switch to the other screen where it's real time. But on the screen where I can see your comments, it's time delayed, so I have to switch from one to the other once in a while. So there you go. That's the night saying be brave and honest. And I've watched a video yesterday on YouTube last night, and it was just a small one, inspirational thing. But it said, you know, courage is not something that you can like that you have or have not, or that you can just kind of, you know, meditate and there's this great courage or something like that. It's knowing that people have your back, and even if you don't, that you have a connection to your own inner moral compass, right? And you know, and you feel so strongly about it that you will stand up in the face of injustice, or, you know, what you feel is your own truth. You know, that doesn't mean that you're disrespecting somebody else's truth or opinion or anything like that. But do not deny yourself, okay? Don't go into self-denial just because you think somebody else might not like it. It means go out, search for the truth. It might come as a double whammy. It might be totally out of your comfort zone. I think this year has been full of out of our comfort zone challenges, events, situations, even people as well, you know. So people making assertions, some seem crazy, some seem to make sense to us, whatever that is, you know. Everybody has different opinions. There have been a lot of polarizing emotions as well. So in the face of all that, we might just want to kind of hide and slink away and go like, you know, leave me alone. And not say something because we're scared that, you know, people might react in an aggressive way or something. Now I've messed up my hair. Reminds me of Simba, you know, when the Lion King, when he's still small, he's like, you're messing up my mane. To his dad. Anyway, that was cute, wasn't it? Not that I've got a mane, there's not much there. But anyway, so the knight is going, and you can see he's not in a fighting stance. He's holding a sword by the blade, and he's really going within. Okay, look at that. He's got his eyes closed. Can you see there? Eyes closed, like he's meditating. He's going within. He's connecting to his own source, his own inner power of strength and courage. That is like, you know, it's not like something that you have to force, but you have to reach within and find out within yourself. And first, you know, most of all, find it in the sense of be honest with yourself. We justify so many things to ourselves that we kind of know, it's not really that, but, giving an extreme example, somebody who's smoking says, oh, it might be unhealthy for other people, but it's not unhealthy for me. So, or drinking alcohol, that's actually healthy, to drink every day a little bit. Just one glass, it's very good for your blood. It's like, yeah, you're an alcoholic already, but there you go. That's really what it's all about. It's like face your own bullshit. Go within. Don't be scared of that. Go within and face your own bullshit. And Islam is called jihad, and jihad isn't going out and killing yourself and other people in the process, but it's about gaining supremacy over yourself, over your ego, and not allowing your bullshit to stand in your way and and make you live in illusions. That's what jihad really is. So whatever you have in your head about it, with bombs strapped to the body and whatever, nothing to do with it, okay? Terrorism got nothing to do with it. That's not really it. But anyway, just as an example, you've got that same thing, know thyself is something, you have that in every tradition, because that's what you have to do. That's in every esoteric tradition, every religious tradition, because when you know yourself, you stand in your own power. When you do not let yourself get away with your own bullshit, but face it and say, yeah, that is big great BS, but I know I have to get over that, and I'm not going to justify that in some way. I'm going to own it, and once I own it and take personal responsibility for it, then I can start working on it. If you don't acknowledge it in the first place, how can you ever get out of it and create something better, a better mindset that serves you better? Okay. So the second one, and that's where the medicine comes in, and the Cobra, medicine guardian, be open to healing information. That's another thing. That's actually a thing I'm going to show you that one. See the snake helix going around the staff there as well? Right? So the medicine guardian, there's the snake and the wings, and the chalice. So that's all about being healers, physicians, but also at the same time, that's an angelic. So I'm just assuming that's probably Archangel Raphael, because he's the healer of them all. You have Wadjet being master magician, healer. Cobra is a powerful healer, because from poison you make an antidote, so that protects you of poisonous creatures and bites and that. Sekhmet is the lion goddess. She's connected with Wadjet, like they're different aspects of each other, and she was the guardian of the healers, of the physicians in ancient Egypt as well. Everybody knows her as a goddess of war, but she's actually also the guardian of the physicians. Okay, so she has healing qualities, great ones, and strength about that. So that is like, once we own our stuff, where we're going wrong, we can heal it, but we have to be open to it, to new information, and not like, don't buy into what you've been conditioned to believe way back from your childhood, like for instance that meat and dairy products or whatever, like drinking a glass of milk every day is good for your bones, whatever, because milk actually takes more calcium out of your body than it gives you. Things like that. Be open for new information to show you what is healthy and what is not. you will come when you do that and you start going down rabbit holes. There'll be a lot of information that you come across. Well, obviously will be coming across people making just assertions without backing it up with data, with with proof of anything. They just go like, oh, I'm this, that, and the other, and I'm telling you blah blah XYZ. Do your own research. Look at everything. Don't be gullible, but be open in the face of evidence. Be open for new things and for new insights, and then to slowly integrate that into your life. Like big changes, you can't do that overnight because that is really jarring to your system, and that's not really sustainable. Because if you make a really big change in your life, like from now, like straight away in a moment, greatest chances are that you're just going to break down and you're going to go back to how it was before, even worse. Okay. You have to do little steps, be patient with yourself, be loving and compassionate, but take those little steps. And if you have to step away and say, that's making my brain smoke right now, step away, take some time out. Every game you got like time out thing. So, you can do that here and say, I'm just going to have to collect myself again, get myself back into perspective and get my head around this. I have to digest this, okay? We all have to digest and integrate things, new information. There's so much coming on an energetic level, new information being revealed about mundane things, what's happening in the world, which is like unbelievable. It's like you stand there and you go like, I can't believe this is true. I don't believe this, So it's like this is so way out of what I thought reality would be like. I really can't believe that. And oh my God, then you will need a time to kind of go away, mull it over. It'll come back in your head because you can't unhear things or unsee things, can you? So it'll come back. But don't force yourself to break it over your knee, as we say in German, do it straight away with force and all that. Be gentle with yourself and work yourself into that, okay? But be open to new information. So next one, the last one for that period is the Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded, and that is so important in a time. There you go. Okay, Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. It is so important in a time where everything is going topsy-turvy, where energies are shifting like crazy and all of that. There's a dream catcher on the staff on the top. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Right there in the corner. Okay, that's like a dream catcher thing. And here also you can see the emerald on the third eye, the emerald color. Which is very earthy, wings, so that is like dream time is real time, and you are protected. Ground yourself. The earth itself is protecting you, but you also have to connect with the earth, okay? Because if you don't connect, you're gonna be imbalanced. That might even go to as far as having physical feelings of being imbalanced, and like kind of, you're feeling dizzy, you're losing your balance, your physical balance as well, that kind of thing. So it's very important to, what on earth is it? I don't know. Anyway, never mind. It's very important to keep your balance. Yeah, exactly. The journey of the moment. Absolutely, Danny. Yeah. We have to keep ourselves in balance. We have to keep ourselves grounded, which is, I personally had a great need for doing mundane but positive things, like just being present with my daughter, spending more time with her away from social media, doing things with my hand, like, we're baking cookies. We've done some yesterday, some more today, me and the children, and you can, go on my personal profile, the videos there. I've just been live on there before this one. So, I don't know, painting, sculpting, doing any kind of craft or digging in the soil, taking care of your plants, cooking. Cooking is another thing as well, which is very grounding. Make sure that when you cook, you do it with love. You have ingredients that are healthy for you, that sustain your life. You can't sustain life with death. It's just, that doesn't work that way. That's another thing that a lot of people will probably have to realize next year, kind of thing, which is cool. I'm the last person who can say I'm always eating healthy, but allow the awareness to come into your life. That's what I'm saying. And then you can make little steps. Sometimes you kind of devolve, but then you evolve again as well. So that happens. So that is the reading of that. And I would also like to draw for this time period one of Colette Baron Reid's Spirit Animal Oracle cards here. Okay, so we can have a look that we've got some power animal guidance. Okay, we've had the Cobra there already, through Wadjet. It's all there, and these cards are really wonderful, and I love the explanation, so I'm going to read to you whatever card we're choosing. I'm not just going to interpret myself. Yay! Yeah. I'm not just interpreting myself, but I'm actually going to read that to you as well, because there's a lot of nice things there with just kind of, different aspects as well, which I sometimes don't think about. I love what, the guidance that is in there. So here we go. That is so cool. Yeah, Skunk Spirit, know your worth. So it's not about being having a smelly ass and having to go and shower a lot more. It's about know your spirit, okay, guys? I mean, the first thing you look at it and you think like, oh, that's gonna be stinky, isn't it? Oh my god, cracking me up here. But anyway, let me read that to you, because that is just I've never worked with skunk medicine myself, so with the energy, so that's going to be very very enlightening for me too. So will read that to you now. Know your worth. The oracle messages. What do you value? What do you believe in? Is your best, most authentic self on display? Skunk Spirit comes as a reminder that you can be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished. Know your worth. Not everyone will agree with you or share your values, but you can walk with your head high, knowing that when you express your integrity, others can feel your authenticity and will be inspired by it. Be who you are, and if your reputation precedes you, good. You have much to be proud of, and Skunk Spirit wants you to be your best self, the true you. So that reminds me of the card that we just had with the Knight, with the courage and honesty. Okay, so that's like, be yourself, stand in your own power, and people will respect you for that. They might not agree with you, but they will respect the fact that you are authentic. Okay, because then they will trust you to be honest. And nobody wants to have somebody who's always nice, but you can't trust them being honest with you, because you're just saying whatever you think they want to hear at the time. That's not somebody you trust, You might antagonize some people, but you will always have the respect for being honest and authentic. All right. So that's if the skunk spirit is turned upside down, which I don't do upside down cards, but it's also, you know, it's nice. It's not like, it doesn't say like negative or anything. It says protection message, and which I quite like. So I'm going to read that one to you as well. Not everyone will appreciate you, obviously. Many people have issues of their own to address, and you may trigger something in them, but if so, no matter. Skunk spirit calls you to be fully yourself without apology. Now is a time for honesty and admitting that something does not sit right for you. You deserve the self-respect that comes when you courageously choose to stand up for yourself and speak your truth in love. And in love, I think, yeah, love this, yeah, Danny. Lots of hearts to you as well. But that is really, that's the thing, you know. Speak your truth with love. You don't have to steamroll anybody. You don't have to shame anyone. You don't have to insult anyone. You can say and speak your truth in love without having to attack in some way somebody else. That's quite possible, to have a decent, civilized conversations about things where you have respect for each other and you hear each other out. And hearing each other out means that you are trying to understand where the other person is coming from, how their mind works, why they believe or think the way they do. It doesn't mean that you are trying to let them persuade you of their opinion. It's a matter of understanding, of connection. Okay, it's not about becoming one in your opinion. All right, or you know, necessarily sharing the same value or not. So please bear that in mind. Having an open dialogue is very good for your brain development as well. It creates a few synapses in there, which is very good for you. You like this one, yeah? So beautiful. It is, yes, absolutely. So, you know, so from a neurological point of view, it's very important to have interaction and have exposure to different concepts, because it gets your brain working in totally different matter. And it expands your horizon, at the very least. It might make you overthink your own stance as well at times, but even if you're totally into, you know, what you believe, and you know that you will never ever share the other person's opinion, it doesn't hurt you to listen and to see and to feel into it and see, like, why is that person feeling that way? Why is the person having this opinion? You know, very often when we understand each other, there is a common consensus of having a loving and a peaceful interaction. And that takes out the heat, the aggression, all the defense mechanisms, the triggers and whatever, you know. That will overcome that. You can see, like, we still have some common ground, even though we don't agree, but we're still both human, and we're still trying to do the best that we can, and we're both being authentic. Okay, so there is a sense of peace, of goodwill, of understanding each other a lot more than when you come try and force your opinion onto somebody else. And it's like, oh, if you don't agree with me, you're stupid because you just don't get it, you know. I've heard people say that to me as well, you know, or maybe phrased a bit differently. You know, I'm like, no, I'm not stupid, I'm just different. You know, and I know I'm an intelligent person, and I might still be wrong in a lot of things, but that's me. And you're entitled to your opinion, I'm entitled to mine. As long as we don't hurt each other, everything is fine, it's cool. We can talk about it. It's interesting. I find it so interesting to delve into somebody else's head and see, you know, somebody who's totally in a totally different mindset to my own, see how, you know, what they're thinking, what makes them tick, like what's their background story, any kind of childhood traumas or whatever, or like happy experiences. You know, we talk so much about traumas, but there's so many, like the opposite shapes us just as much. You know, if we had happy experiences in our lives, they really have an impact on us as well. Not just the trauma, okay? The love, the somebody stepping up for you, helping you when you are under stress, the keeping you safe, like, you know, like, oh, my mom always brought me to bed and told me a story, and I got kisses and cuddles before I went to sleep, and, you know, that kind of thing. That is a positive thing, you know? So that is something that really has an impact on how you develop as an adult as well, or what kind of adult you're going to be, because you will have confidence, you feel worthy of being loved, you know. Whereas with trauma, you might feel like you're never good enough, you're not worthy being loved and all that, but the opposite is just as true as well. So, yeah, so you deserve the self-respect that comes when you courageously choose to stand up for yourself and speak your truth in love. So there's the love, okay? And that's also connected with self-respect. And that does come, it does. Because you know, once you get over yourself and say and speak your truth, and you're like, oh, I'm still alive, nobody has killed me yet. And it's like, you're really proud of yourself, because it takes a lot to, you know, act like this and face your fear and do it anyway. So that's an act of courage, and that's something to be proud of, okay? So remember who you are and what really matters to you, and act with integrity. Okay, that's the word here. Love and integrity, those two. If you remember nothing else from this, remember those two words, love and integrity, okay? So you will be so glad you did. Absolutely bloody fucking yes. You will be so glad you did. You will be every moment of your life, even in the difficult situations, when you are challenged, when you are in an uncomfortable situation because you're speaking your truth in that. But you can still hold your head up high and say, you know, I've done nothing wrong because I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking it in love and with integrity. Yes, integrity. Absolutely. You know, so you have nothing to reproach yourself with. And it's going to be love and integrity. Yes, Prakash. So it's going to be very important as we're going through these last challenging times of this year and the beginning of next. It's very important to remind yourself of that. So enjoying hanging out with you this morning. Thank you so much, Danny. I'm so happy you're joining as well. You know, I'm really happy that I'm not all alone, like just speaking into a void and hoping people seeing it afterwards, you know, watching afterwards. But it's really nice to have people here in real time. I so appreciate you. So that is really something that I find so important, and it will help you so much when you remember that as you're going through the last days of the old order, so to speak. Don't forget the goddess Seshat. There's a divine order, and you know, things are going that way. So keep aligned and being in love and being in your own integrity, standing in your own power. That is alignment with your divine power that you have, that you are. Okay, you are love, and love is divine power. You know, it's a synonym. And do not forget that when you act from that stance, from that consciousness, from that awareness, you're going to weather all the storms, and you're going to sail through it, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be all right, okay? There might still be some challenges going on, but it's going to be all right, I promise you. And if you need any further assistance, you know where to find me. You can go on my website. There's like, you know, you can order a reading. If you need a friend to talk to, I'm here as well. Anything, you know. So we're all in this together. I haven't got all the answers either. I ask other people for help when I need it, and there's no shame in that. Okay, it doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're not like the great expert or something, you know. I read cards, but I will also ask other people to read cards for me when I feel like, you know, I can't really get an objective view of things when I do it for myself. I'll go and ask somebody else to help me out as well, because sometimes your ego is just in the way, you know, and you have a fixed mindset, and then you need an outside perspective to give you some new inspiration, so you get a new point of view. I mean, you're so welcome. Thank you, Angel. You are so welcome. Yeah, so you know, asking for help and asking for a different perspective and for a different opinion, you know, just to get your mind out of its own stuckness or something, it's a good thing, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. Do not put anybody else's authority higher than your own. That's a different thing, you know. Listen to what they have to say. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, maybe later, maybe never. That's okay too. Okay, that is completely and totally okay as well. So be your own highest authority. Don't be scared of that. Take that power. Take that authority over your own self. And with that, I wish you a very, very happy Advent time, a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Well, you know, I'll be on again live before that, but still, you know, I just, for this time period, and you know, I really wish you so much joy, so much love, as much carefree feelings, and being present in the moment, and spending quality time with the people that you love most in the world. That's my wish for you for Christmas, okay? So lots of love, and I will see you again soon. Whenever. Bye. Mwah.